Have you ever sat down to study with good intentions, and then suddenly you're checking your phone every 5 minutes? You tell yourself, just one quick look. But that quick look turns into scrolling, replying, watching, thinking, and before you know it, an hour is gone. Notifications pop up. Social media pulls you in. Random thoughts distract you. Even when the room is quiet, your mind feels noisy. This is the modern focus problem. We spend more time studying, but learn less. We read the same sentence again and again. We watch lessons without really remembering them. It's frustrating, and it can make you feel like you're just bad at concentrating. But here's the good news: focus is not a personality trait, it's a skill. And like any skill, it can be trained. In this video, you'll learn practical, science-based strategies to help your brain stay on task, ignore distractions, and learn more in less time. These are simple techniques you can start using today, no complicated tools, no extreme routines. You are not lazy. Your brain just needs better focus habits. And the best part? You can build them. If you get distracted easily, it doesn't mean you're lazy or undisciplined. It means your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Your brain loves novelty, anything new, interesting, or unexpected. Every time you see a notification, a new video, or a message, your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine, a chemical linked to pleasure and reward. It feels good. So your brain starts craving more of those quick, easy rewards. Now think about studying. Reading a textbook or watching a lesson often feels slow and effortful. The reward is delayed, you might understand something better later, pass an exam next month, or speak more confidently in the future. But your brain prefers rewards right now, not later. And here's the tricky part: phones, apps, and social media platforms are carefully designed to capture and keep your attention. Bright colors, endless scrolling, short videos, notifications, they all work together to pull your focus away from deeper work. Many people think they can multitask, study while checking messages or watching videos. But the brain doesn't truly multitask. It switches quickly between tasks, and every switch costs mental energy. This reduces memory, understanding, and learning quality. On top of that, mental fatigue makes everything harder. When your brain is tired, it naturally looks for easier, more enjoyable activities. So distraction isn't a character flaw. It's biology. The good news: once you understand this, you can start working with your brain, not against it. Let's start with something simple but extremely powerful: your study environment. Most people think focus is about willpower. But in reality, your environment shapes your behavior more than motivation does. If distractions are around you, your brain will notice them, even if you try to ignore them. First, choose one specific place for studying. It could be a desk, a corner of your room, or a table in a quiet space. When you use the same spot again and again, your brain starts to associate that place with focus and learning. Over time, just sitting there can help you get into study mode faster. Next, look at your desk. A cluttered space often leads to a cluttered mind. You don't need a perfect setup, just remove anything unrelated to studying. Old papers, random objects, gadgets you don't need, clear them away. Keep only the essentials: your book or laptop, a notebook, a pen, and maybe a bottle of water. Visual distractions also matter. If a TV is in front of you, your brain will want to look at it. If dozens of tabs are open on your computer, your attention will keep jumping. Close anything not related to your task. Sound is another big factor. If possible, study in a quiet room. If silence feels uncomfortable, try soft instrumental music or white noise. Lyrics can pull your attention into the words instead of your work. Finally, don't forget lighting and posture. A well-lit space keeps you alert, and sitting upright helps your brain stay engaged. When your environment supports focus, you don't have to fight yourself. Focus becomes easier, almost automatic. Now let's talk about the biggest focus killer in modern life, your phone. You might think, I just need more self-discipline. But the truth is, you don't need stronger willpower, you need fewer temptations. Your phone is designed to grab your attention. Every buzz, light, and notification is a tiny invitation to stop what you're doing. Even if you don't pick it up, just seeing it on your desk can reduce your focus. Part of your brain is always waiting for the next alert. So make distractions physically harder to reach. The best option? Put your phone in another room while you study. If that's not possible, place it deep inside your bag or out of sight. When it's not visible, your brain thinks about it less. Next, use simple tech tools to protect your attention. Turn on airplane mode or do not disturb while studying. This stops notifications from interrupting you. You can also turn off non-essential notifications permanently. Most apps don't need permission to interrupt your learning. If you study on a computer, website blockers can help. These tools temporarily block social media, news, and other distracting sites so you don't accidentally click them during a study session. It also helps to set specific times to check messages, for example, after each study session or during a longer break. This way, you're not constantly wondering if you're missing something. Remember, focus is easier when temptation is lower. Don't rely on willpower alone. Design your digital environment so that staying focused is the default, not a constant battle. Now let's make focusing feel easier by changing how long you study at one time. Instead of telling yourself, I need to study for 3 hours, try using time blocks. One of the most popular and effective methods is called the Pomodoro technique. Here's how it works. You study with full focus for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. That's one round. 25 minutes feels manageable. Your brain is more willing to focus when it knows there's a clear end point. You're not committing to a long, exhausting session, just a short, intense period of attention. During those 25 minutes, work on one task only. Not 2. Not 5. Just 1. If other thoughts pop up, like something you need to do later, quickly write them down and return to your task. Protect that time. When the timer rings, take a real break. Stand up. Stretch. Walk a little. Drink some water. Rest your eyes. What you don't want is to jump straight onto social media, because that can pull your brain into another distraction cycle and make it harder to return to work. After you complete 4 rounds of 25 minutes, take a longer break, about 15 to 30 minutes. This helps your brain recover and prevents mental burnout. This method works because your brain focuses better when there's a clear finish line. Short, structured sessions reduce resistance and make starting much easier. And once you start, staying focused becomes far more natural. One big reason we lose focus is that our study goals are too vague. When you say, I'm going to study math, your brain doesn't know what that actually means. Where do you start? How long will it take? How do you know when you're done? Unclear goals create mental resistance, and that resistance often leads to procrastination. Now compare that to a clear, tiny goal: solve 10 algebra problems, or read pages 20 to 25 and write 5 key points. This is specific. Your brain can see the task, measure progress, and recognize completion. Clear goals make it easier to begin, because the first step is obvious. And small goals feel less overwhelming, which lowers the urge to escape into distractions. There's also a powerful psychological benefit: small wins build momentum. Every time you complete a task and check it off, your brain gets a small sense of achievement. That tiny success releases dopamine, the same reward chemical linked to motivation. Progress starts to feel good. Before each study session, take a few minutes to plan. Write down 2 to 4 small, specific tasks you want to complete. During your session, focus on just one at a time. Instead of studying with a blurry intention, you're working toward clear targets. And when your brain knows exactly what to do, staying focused becomes much easier. Focus is like a muscle: the more you train it, the stronger it becomes. But just like physical exercise, you don't start by lifting the heaviest weight. You start small. If your attention fades quickly, begin with short, focused sessions, even 10 or 15 minutes. Over time, gradually increase the length. Your brain adapts, building the capacity to concentrate for longer periods without fatigue. There are additional exercises that strengthen focus. Meditation or deep breathing can calm the mind, reduce wandering thoughts, and improve mental clarity. Even reading books instead of scrolling on your phone trains sustained attention. The more your brain practices uninterrupted focus, the easier it becomes to stay on task. Don't forget the basics: sleep, hydration, and nutrition play a huge role. A tired or dehydrated brain loses focus quickly. Giving your body what it needs is part of training your mental muscle. The key idea is simple: focus improves with consistent practice. You won't become a master overnight, but every small session adds up. Celebrate progress, however small, and keep gradually challenging yourself. Remember, your brain is capable of more than you think. With patience, structure, and practice, you can train yourself to focus deeply, learn efficiently, and get more done with less effort. Not all distractions come from your phone or environment. Some come from inside your own mind: overthinking, worrying, or random thoughts that pull you away from studying. One of the simplest tools to manage these mental distractions is a distraction notebook. Keep a small notebook or piece of paper next to you while you study. When a thought pops up, "I need to reply to that message," or "Did I forget something important?" Write it down. Then tell yourself, "I'll handle this later." This lets your brain know the thought is acknowledged, but it doesn't need to interrupt your focus right now. You can also use a quick reset technique when your mind starts wandering. Close your eyes, take a deep, calming breath, and gently return your attention to your task. It only takes a few seconds, but it stops a distracting thought from spiraling. The key is this: you don't fight your thoughts. You park them for later. By giving your mind a safe place to set aside distractions, you free up mental space for real focus. Over time, this habit trains your brain to stay on task even when thoughts keep appearing. Finally, let's talk about motivation, the secret ingredient that makes focus enjoyable instead of a struggle. One of the most effective ways to stay motivated is to reward yourself after completing study blocks. Finished a 25-minute Pomodoro? Take a short walk, enjoy a healthy snack, or watch a favorite video, just for a limited time. These small rewards give your brain a sense of achievement and make studying feel satisfying. The key is to celebrate progress, not perfection. You don't need to finish an entire textbook in one sitting. Completing a task, no matter how small, is a win. Each small victory builds momentum and strengthens your focus habit. Over time, your brain starts to associate studying with positive feelings instead of stress or boredom. This creates a feedback loop: focus leads to reward, reward strengthens focus, and studying becomes something you actually look forward to. By making learning enjoyable, you don't just get more done, you train your mind to love the process of focus itself. As we wrap up, remember this: focus isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Trying to force your brain to concentrate through sheer willpower is exhausting and often ineffective. The real power comes from creating systems that guide your attention automatically. Distractions will always exist: phones, social media, noisy environments, even wandering thoughts. But when you have strategies in place, these interruptions lose their power. Systems beat willpower every time. The key is small, consistent improvements. Using one new strategy today, and another tomorrow, compounds into massive results over weeks and months. Focus, like any skill, grows with practice. Start right now. Pick one strategy, maybe clearing your desk, setting a Pomodoro timer, or using a distraction notebook, and commit to it for your next study session. Even one small step moves you closer to a stronger, sharper, more focused mind. Protect your focus, and your future will thank you. Your brain is ready, now it's your turn to train it.